So we are in what we think is probably the centre of Prague. There's a beautiful clock tower here. There's an amazing church that looks very much like the top of Hogwarts. Those like columns look like top of Hogwarts. But then there's also beautiful buildings, massive big statue. It's just very, very pretty here. Let me get in her shot. Look at her, this lady doing her work. Very good. Great panning, very good. Oh, but it's so pretty. I want to take so many photos and just get, and it's golden hour at the moment, and the like sky is clear, so it's perfect shooting weather for photos, and just everything looks very pretty in the golden light. So we're going to enjoy walking around for a little bit, and I just want to try and capture what I can with the little bit of light that is left in the day. Good morning from Prague. Morning. It's not even focusing. Come on. Come on. It doesn't want to play fun. Nope. It's good focus and now it's gone blurry again. There we go. Good morning from Prague.
Take 3.
Take 3. Wasn't focusing before. But it's a nice fresh morning. There is not a cloud in the sky. There's a car coming. Is it? I don't know. I can hear it. Can't see it on the cobblestones. But yes, it's a very fresh morning here in Prague. But sunny day, which is nice. Find the case on the cobbles. The fields. Cobblestones in Europe. A backpack is highly recommended. Although
yes, I've done the good option.
Yeah. Although the case hasn't been too bad. There's certain points, like these big cobbles, have to try and find the like straight parts, or carry, which is not as fun, but still manageable. But yeah, it's a really cute little place. We walked here obviously last night. We're walking to like the old town square where the thing that looks like Hogwarts. Oh, Teeling. Yum.
There must be some here.
Oh, the Dubliner in Prague, the Irish bar. I'd have to come back here later. Can have a Guinness and a whiskey. Yes, so we're just exploring. We're going to go into the old town again, have another look around because it's morning time and it's lovely and sunny. And then we're going to, oh yeah, I feel like we can walk through this little gap. We didn't go this way yesterday. Oh, touching your hand.
We're always doing it.
That's been the one thing every day pretty much of this trip when we're walking along. We both swing our arms, so we swing our arms and walk. We tend to clash hands. I'm ravelling. But we're going to go Old Town, then we're going to walk across the famous Charles Bridge. It's got a Czech name, Karlov or something, Most, which must mean bridge. And then we're heading also to the John Lennon wall, which is like an art wall with John Lennon. Yeah, so that'll be lovely. Did you know, apparently, I saw someone post it the other day, that yeah, there's a John Lennon wall here. John Lennon never actually came to Prague. Interesting. There you go. I don't know how real that is, I need to Google it, but I did read that somewhere the other day. So I
think this is the clock tower that has the view at the top of it.
I think you could be right. So I think we're going to be climbing up there, up to the top of the clock tower, to see some amazing views of Prague. So we're currently walking up the tower. There is an elevator. You pay extra to do the elevator. But already the views look pretty. And there's not a lot of people here, which is nice. It seems very quiet this first thing in the morning. I'm already getting buffed. It's nice though. It's not stairs, it's a ramp. It's flat, but oh, pretty. I think it's going to be nice views from the top. We've still got three more levels to go, but already the views look pretty. And it was 250 Czech krona for for the two of us. We made it up the top. Very cool. Pointed out, I don't know if you can see that over there. It's the Eiffel Tower, all the way from Prague. How cool's that? What do you reckon? Lennon Freedom Wall, which is really cool, and you can write on it and draw on it, and yeah, there's paintings of him, and there's a big sort of mirror with his face on it, and it's kind of cool because you can get a photo and you can get your reflection in it. But they were saying people like to come and vent their or write their feelings on the wall. And originally the government kept painting over it, but then now that they've found it's sort of an art, but also a place for people to go, they've kept it, and they sort of just refresh the artworks every now and again, and then people come and write all over it, and then they'll refresh it again. So it's kind of cool.
It's really special.
Yeah, it's very cool. And there's lots of different people have written lots of different messages in all sorts of languages. Like there's some Japanese characters down there, or Chinese characters, and then there's lots in different languages. So it's very cool. And they have a little gift shop here, which is full of like a lot of art.
Very modern art.
Modern art, glass, like blown glass and stuff, like jugs and glasses. It's very cool. So if you're here, check it out. It's a very quick walk from the famous bridge and the city centre. So yeah, it's been nice to just come out and read the wall and look at what people have written and whatnot. So yeah, highly recommend. got out here at what, 9 o'clock this morning maybe?
Yeah.
But now it's what, 10:30 maybe? And there are just people everywhere in front of the clock tower.
Nearly 11.
Oh, nearly 11.
Yeah.
In front of the clock tower. There is a big clock on the side, which is lovely. I took some photos of it. But they were all standing there. It's like good massive group of people, probably like 2 or 3 easily. Two groups are staring at it. But yes, coming out that little bit earlier in the morning is definitely worth it.
Absolutely.
Also that one also has some Ukraine flags out front. So obviously with like the war and everything going on. Oh my god, people, that's a police car flying through. People are flying through, driving down these streets. I'm sure they get sick of tourists being in the way, but still. Anyway, there was a church before, the big church next to the famous bridge had "Keep your hands off Ukraine, Putin," a big sign hanging off the front of the church, which is making quite a big statement. But yeah, we've noticed a lot around. There's a lot of Ukraine flags in support of Ukraine. So yeah, it's very interesting to see, and I think it's an interesting time to be here because there's probably a lot of people coming here to stay and stuff. So yeah, very interesting. I think we're in the museum. That says Sex Machine Museum. They've got these candy shops everywhere as well. Or you can buy halva or whatever. It's the one made out of sesame seeds. But we're wandering along trying to find, yes, through here. I was wondering if there was a like a Banksy artwork somewhere in Prague. I thought Prague might be the place. Didn't do a lot of research, but there is a Banksy exhibition and the world of Banksy, which is in an old church here in Prague. And I've always wanted to see a Banksy artwork, just because how amazing it is. So we're heading into the world of Banksy, and we'll get to see some of his original artworks, which collectors have collected and donated to the exhibition to show, so it'll be really cool. So we found ourselves in an Irish pub. It feels like Prague. It feels very homely, and even though we're both, well, Aussie, we've both got Irish backgrounds. Yeah, Caitlin's dad's Irish, so she's closer to the Irish than I am. But got my whiskey, Red Breast 12. She's got a Guinness, so cheers. Cheers. We're enjoying so good. It's just nice to have some comfort. It's getting cool outside at the moment, so we wanted something like warm and cozy. We probably should have tried some Czech cuisine, but at the same time we've
much of a muchness of the last few places you've been.
Yeah, it all looks very similar. They might have their own sort of twist on things, but yeah, we just felt like something warm and homely. So Irish pubs are always the place to find that for both of us. So yeah. Also, it's fun because the waiter is Irish as well, so it feels like we're in Ireland, even though we're definitely not. We're on the other side of
It's really fun though. It's underground.
It's also, yeah, it's a very cool place. You come down and it just keeps going and going and going, and like this big long. They've got all this cute stuff on the wall, and then Yeah, it just sort of keeps going. It's called the Dubliner. So if anyone's in Prague and wants a place to come and chill out and enjoy, the Dubliner is the place to come. So we are currently at Absinthe. I'm gonna film it. It's the original Absinthe bar, shop and museum. Absinthe. We're here because absinthe is a drink from Prague, or the Czech Republic. Or we're going to learn about it in here. We're going to have a absinthe.
It'll burn our souls.
It'll burn our souls. But they've got apparently 100 different ones you can try. That guy's gone in. So we also rocked up here, and they opened at 3, and it was literally 2:59. They had a chair out in front. We're like, oh, they're not opening yet. It's 3 o'clock. So they're literally, we can walk in as soon as they've opened. We're like, we're those people.
We'll wait in the front.
We didn't realise we were waiting at the front and that it was this time, but it's also weird. We're standing right in front of someone's car, like we're looking into it. But they also accept Bitcoin. That's fun. They have free Wi-Fi and they accept Bitcoin, so that's very fun. So we're going to go in and try something. Caitlin's also stressed. We've just had a couple of phone calls around life stuff. Jobs. Everyone's reaching out and wanting us for their businesses, which is very, very lovely and kind, but also stressful for us because we come as a package deal and we're both being needed in different places, so it's fun. I'm blurry, so it's time to go. So, we're at the Absinthe here and we got it prepared the Czech way, which is where they burn it with the sugar. And we got the beetle absinthe, the second one, which was recommended by the lady at the bar. Caitlin's, it's burning Caitlin. I don't mind it. I mean, I drink whiskey, so the burn's not as bad for me, but for her, it's quite bad. But it smells like, yeah, it's like minty almost. Very herbal. It is. It does warm your soul. But it's good. They're also playing Nora and Pure. This is the DJ, I think from maybe the Czech Republic. I'm not even sure, but I do listen to her a bit as well. So this might be copyrighted. This is the one we had. I don't want to allow you, but there is a beetle in it. It's a beetle one. I did think that might have been the case. I'm not sure what the beetle is.
Okay, let's put it back. Let's put it back.
It doesn't say on the back. I could ask her what type of beetle it is.
Grasshopper.
It does look like a grasshopper. But like, well, like tequila, you know how they have the worms? Got a chimney cake. He's just smiling at us. I got a Snickers one, which is like salted caramel in a chimney cake. Oh, it feels so good already. And then Caitlin got a tiramisu one. I think the ladies now are just doing here. What's your tiramisu?
Original with chocolate.
You got it?
And two spicy strawberries. Throw it there.
You got to try it. I will. yeah, I need to take some photos of it first and then enjoy it. But these feel softer. The reason we got them as well, one, because they look delicious, but also we had fire bread in Dubrovnik.
Yeah.
No. Ljubljana. And it was very crunchy on the inside. This feels a lot softer, like doughier, which is what we were hoping for. Oh my god, there is a giant tour group coming. They're about to roll us over. So, we just learnt about this clock.
The clock that hundreds and thousands of people have been looking at.
Yeah. So when we were we were like, it's a very impressive clock and it's beautiful and it's on the side of the tower that we climbed up this morning. And it was where the masses of tour groups were. We've now Googled it and actually learnt about it, and it's a very impressive clock. It's the third oldest clock in the world and the only one still actually operating. It was created in 1410, so it had its 600th birthday in 2010. And it's gone through a few different restoration pieces and that kind of thing over the many years it's been around. And we just read that there was controversy around the figures, in that the artist that restored the figures this year, or in the last few years, changed the faces and everything within the figures and didn't actually restore them but recreated them. So there's been a bit of controversy around that, but it's actually really cool. And there's a few different rings. There's also a moon and a sun that travels around with where the placement of the moon and the sun should be in the astrological side of things. And there is also an astrology ring on it, which represents sort of where we are in the cycle of astrology. There's also different figurines of the 12 apostles, as well as a skeleton that represents death, apparently. So yeah, actually very impressive, and very cool. We did admire it earlier when we came last night, but learning more about it now, it's a lot more impressive. Sunset is so pretty.